Did you know in Captain Marvel, there was originally a kissing scene that was filmed and scrapped later on between Carol and Jon Rock? The writers ended up thinking that it would be too demeaning for someone like Carol Danvers, and they thought it might glorify sexual assault in the workplace. They did keep a line from the scene though. When Carol sent into a memory trance by the Supreme Intelligence, you can hear the line which is, "You kiss like a horse." Did you know in Thor Ragnarok, Korg makes a funny reference to himself being a life-size player of rock, paper, scissors. Korg is the rock monster that introduces himself to Thor in the form of a rock, paper, scissor joke. He says that he's a gladiator because he didn't print enough pamphlets. Therefore, paper beats rock. Near the end of the movie, Korg thinks that he crushed his blade-armed friend, Meek. Meek doesn't die, but it would have meant that rock beat scissors. Did you know in Doctor Strange? It wasn't the first time that it had been considered to be made into a film. In 1992, Wes Craven was set to direct a version. Then in 2001, David S. Goyer was set to write and direct his own version of the film. Later in 2008, Guillermo del Toro was set to direct with Neil Gaiman being brought in to co-write the script. Then in 2014, Mark Andrews, Nikolai Arcel, Dean Israelite, Jonathan Levine and Scott Derrickson were on the shortlist to direct. For our 2016 version that we actually got, Scott Derrickson ended up officially directing it. Did you know in The Matrix Resurrections? Lana Wachowski went about things completely differently than in the first Matrix films. Lana had everything planned out on storyboards for the previous films, but with this final entry, she took a much more spontaneous approach. She actually held the cameraman by the shoulder so she could direct his focus on the fly. This meant that all of the cast and crew had to be on their A-game at all times. She also avoided natural light and stuck with having complete control over the time, weather, and lighting. Did you know in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the name of a mythical one-eyed multiversal tentacle monster is Shuma-Gorath? In the comics, Shuma-Gorath was a powerful, sometimes stated to be omnipotent, and ancient demon that possessed vast supernatural powers. He's considered to be one of the primal powers of chaos, and was stated to be the greatest of the old ones. Only the smallest part of Shuma-Gorath's power manifests on Earth when he arrives here, which is why he can only be seen at full power in his home dimension. In fact, in his native dimension, he's virtually unstoppable. This creature also appeared in What If?, a series of animated shows that explores alternate realities where events might have happened differently.